What's going on, you guys? Mr. Allen here, and we're about to play everybody's favorite game. Is the graph a function, and is its inverse a function? Woo! All right, so how are we going to tell? Well, to tell if a graph is a function, I'm going to put a couple markers together here. To tell if a graph is a function, it has to pass the vertical line test. Well, what in the heck does passing the vertical line test mean? That means if the graph only passes through once at any given spot of this vertical line, right, or if the vertical line only passes through the graph once at any given time, then it is a function. So this right here, this negative quadratic looking guy, is a function. So first one, yes, and then is its inverse a function? Well, how do we tell that? Well, the inverse can be determined, or we can determine if the graph's inverse would be a function by using the horizontal line test. So does this horizontal line pass through the graph more than once at any given time? Yes, it does. So that means that no, the inverse is not going to be a function, right? The inverse is not going to be a function for this quadratic. If you were to do the inverse, right, and actually graph it, it'd be like turned on its side, right? And then itself would not pass the vertical line test, okay? But we don't even have to graph the inverse to determine if the inverse is going to be a function, thanks to our wonderful horizontal line test, all right? Vertical tells me if the graphs can be a function. Horizontal tells me if the inverse will be a function. Okay, let us continue, shall we? Part B here. All right, vertical line test, passed. Yes, this is a function, so yes. But once again, my horizontal line, we can even see it on the x-axis here, right? Just like the last one. Nope. The inverse is not a function. Okay. Next one over here. Vertical line test. Passed. Yes. So it is a function. Now, is its inverse going to be a function? Well, from what we see here, right, it will pass that horizontal line test because it's only going to go through once. This doesn't dip back down like this one does here. So we got our first yes, yes, right? Double yeses. I like double yeses. That's exciting stuff. Last one here. Looks like a linear equation. It's passing the vertical and it's passing my horizontal. So yes and yes once again. Beautiful. So if you're asked a question like this on a test, they might ask you to justify it as well. All right, so passing the vertical line test, only going through once at any given time, tells us that it is a function. Horizontal line test, passing it, right? So if it goes through only once, then its inverse is a function. If it goes through more than once, then the inverse is not going to be a function. That's it. Dope. Awesome. That's a wrap, people. That's a wrap on this one right here. See you later.